Hi, I'm Janine and welcome to the all-new Cricut Joy Extra machine. In this video we're going to go through what's in the box, compatible equipment for the machine, making a project, a storage idea and a little bit of extra info and tricks. In your box you've got your machine, the power cord, your welcome pack, a black pen and a weeding tool. In your welcome pack, you've got everything you need to get started. You've got your sheet which goes through how to set up and activate your machine and load the software onto your device. You've also got another information brochure which tells you how to load the machine, how to change a tool, and how to load smart materials. To get you started, the machine comes with a starter pack of materials. So you'll have some white writable vinyl and gold iron-on, 2 sheets of black removable vinyl and some transfer tape. Before you plug in your machine, make sure you remove the shipping packers. So there's one around the main housing, and then if you turn your machine around, you've got 2 pieces of blue tape, so remove those, and inside there's some little foam packers in the back. These are the tools that you can use with the Joy Extra. Make sure you're getting the right thing for the Joy Extra because some of them are machine specific. You've got the replacement blade, Joy pens and foiling tool. These 3 items can be used in the Joy and the Joy Extra. The card mat is specific to the Joy Extra. It's wider than the Joy, so you can't use the Joy one and the Joy Extra and vice versa. Then you've got a blue and a green cutting mat, and blue is your light grip and green is your standard grip. And these are larger, so they can't be used in the Joy either, only in the Joy Extra. Some people open their box and wonder what the heck's this little thing. It's actually a handy little wee weeding tool. Now with the machine, you've got a nice easy open clamp. Depress down the top to take your blade in and out when you need to change it or remove any debris. Very easy to close and open with just one finger. Now the pens, as I mentioned, you've got various sorts and they can be used for the Joy machine and the Joy Extra. As with all your other pens, you've got your nib size and your colour. All you need to do is to remove your blade housing and insert your pen. It doesn't need to be clicked in like the other machines, it just needs to be dropped down and the clamp closed. Now with your mats, as in with the other machine mats, you've got imperial and metric measurements. Along the top you've got 21.6 centimeters for metric and 8.5 inches across for imperial, and 30.5 centimeters downwards and 12 inches for imperial. Firstly, especially if you have several machines, make sure you have the Joy Extra selected in Design Space so the software knows what machine you're actually working with. Now we'll go through a little project. This one I've designed in Design Space, and I've just made some little gift tags for Christmas. We're going to make some stickers. Now you can print on coloured paper or white paper with the Joy Extra, just like the Maker 3 and the Explore 3, and also the original Maker machine. The sensor light is similar to the other machines, except this one has the sensor light behind the main bar. Once you're ready, place it in your machine. The little dot will sense your mat and take it in. Make sure it's aligned nicely to the left, otherwise you will find it catching on the back of the machine. So make sure it's nicely aligned. It goes in and out the machine to make sure that you have the correct mat, or in Smart Materials it'll make sure that you've got the correct length for the Smart Materials. Now once it's done that, then it will go into your machine and it has a look and sees where your sensor marks are, so it knows exactly where to cut. If you've got another machine like a Maker or an Explore 3, then you'll know how it does this. This process has been sped up a little bit on the video just so that it's not you're not waiting around forever watching it. Now it's going through its cut operation. Now I did find that all the preset sticker material settings are for the Cricut products. If you're like me and have a bunch of stationery store stickers to work through, I normally use washi setting, but that isn't an option for the Joy Extra. So I've selected reflective iron-on, which sounds odd, but it works for them. So that's a heads up on that one. Once your machine's finished, take your mat out. And remember to take your mat off your material instead of taking your material off the mat. This way it won't curl up and ruin your material, whether it be cardstock or sticker paper. And there you have it, the Joy Extra, making some beautiful stickers for Christmas. A great way to personalise your Christmas presents. This is a storage idea I got for my Joy Extra. It's the extra large lunchbox from Kmart, which is really affordable, and it's got great padding in it, a handy shoulder strap and a top handle. The top compartment holds the power cord and a large pencil case with all my tools and pens, etc. And then the main compartment holds the machine. It's still got quite a lot of space in there once the machine's in there, so I've got pens and you can put all sorts of other things. Unfortunately it doesn't fit the mats, but that's no biggie because you've still got to have your work cutting desk mat, so it doesn't really matter, but it's a great idea. If you find a storage solution that works for you, you may like to share it with the group so others might know too. Lastly, we've got a few little bits of info and tricks. So the A4 paper from Kmart is really great for using with your Joy Extra, so you don't have to cut down 12 by 12 sheets. But just remember that it is narrower than your mat. So don't make your project as wide as the mat, make it only as wide as the A4 paper. You'll mess it up a few times until it gets into your brain, but it's one to remember. The next thing to be mindful of is always inserting your mat correctly. Always hold it firmly to the left guide, otherwise you may find it catching on the back of the machine, and if it does that several times it'll start bending the corner of your mat. You can straighten it out or just clip off the end corner and you won't have that problem. The sticker selection, as I mentioned in the video previously, the preset sticker material settings are for the Cricut branded sticker sheets. So if you're using anything from Warehouse Stationery, etc., then you will need to use something like reflective iron-on, which I found is very effective. If you find a setting that works well for you, then let us know in the group and we'll share that knowledge. Now the machine doesn't do scoring, so you have to make sure your project doesn't have scoring line types in your project. the way around this, you can actually use the foil tip and use that as a scorer. It doesn't do a very deep one, but it does so that you can then later on, once you take it out of your machine, you can use a hand scorer and just give it a bit of a deeper score. Now, the iOS app has always had this feature, but I thought I'd mention it because it's very good. If you have an Apple Watch, you can set your machine to cut, draw, or whatever your project, and go away and do something around the house, and then your Apple Watch will come up with a notification saying that your machine's finished. And it's just a handy way of letting you know that you can go back to your machine and check your project. And that's all we've got for in this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you've got any questions, comment on the video or place a question in the group. Thanks for watching.